decided that I want to rank the horror movies we watched on Halloween. There were 10 horror movies we wanted to watch on Halloween, but we only got around to watching 7 of them, which I still think is pretty good. So I'm going to rank them from my least favorite to my first favorite. Coming in at number 7 is Wounds. If you have Netflix, please skip this. It is a total waste of your time. This is about a bar owner played by Armie Hammer who picks up a cell phone in his bar and something happens, I guess. I cannot tell you what the hell is on the phone. I could not figure it out for the fucking life of me. They kept acting like it was this terrifying thing, but I truly don't know. If you're going to put something on a phone, as a director, please, for the love of God, zoom in on it. This movie just made no sense. All the characters were so incredibly dislikable. Armie Hammer is in a very shitty relationship with a woman played by Dakota Johnson, and they're just two terrible characters. There is no point in this movie where you feel bad for either one of them. It never makes sense as to why they're together. I don't know even what else I could say about this movie because there truly just was nothing happening. The ending sucks, and yeah, there's just nothing there. Do not waste your time. It is just phenomenally bad. My second least favorite movie was Motel Hell. Now the thing about this movie is I wouldn't even necessarily say it's bad, it's just old and campy. This movie is about a hotel where the patrons become food. It's cheesy, it's funny in parts, the acting is atrocious, but I'm pretty sure that's the point. It's a movie that if you want a few laughs, if you want something to watch while drinking, I think this could be something fun, but it's just not something that I necessarily enjoy, and I think it's because I have a hard time watching movies that are that much older. I mean, if it's a truly scary movie that's older, I'm good, but with something like this, I don't know, it just wasn't my jam. But I will say, like, I didn't hate it. I'm not upset that I watch it like I am with Wounds. It was just nothing that I'm going to return to. My number 5 movie is something that really upsets me because I really wanted to love it, and that was Midsommar. I don't get the hype. I absolutely adored Hereditary, which was made by the same writer-director, and I went into this thinking I was gonna love this one as well. Unfortunately, I just didn't like it. I do think Ari Aster, the guy who wrote and directed it, has an interesting career right now because he kind of made Hereditary, which was kind of like an updated The Exorcist, and then this Midsommar is kind of like an updated The Wicker Man, and I didn't like The Wicker Man either, and I guess that's why I didn't like this one as well. Nothing in this movie was truly scary because you already know what's happening. When these kids start disappearing one by one, I mean, you know what's going on. So, I don't know, and there was a lot of things like you don't get to see, they're just more implied. I guess that it's like a breakup movie, and that's interesting, but still just not a good horror movie. And I can't even truly say it's bad, it just wasn't for me. Number 4 on this list is Revenge. Now this is the type of movie that I feel like was actually made for me, and I should have loved it. I think I just wasn't in the right mood for it. I think if I was, that it would have played better. This movie is about a guy who's having an affair with this girl. He brings her out to this desert mansion thing, and anyways, he has his little tryst with her, and then his friends, and then some friends slash business colleagues show up early. They all kind of hang out and party together, whatever, but then one of them decides to assault this girl while the main guy's away. Anyways, he comes back, she wants to leave, he won't let her. Things go down, and she wants revenge. First of all, I love a good revenge tale. I love things that have this like Technicolor aspect that this movie had. That's something that I feel like I vibe with a lot. I will say that this was like touted as being like some feminist thing where like it's really not. It's very much exploitation-y. Like, she is half naked throughout most of the movie, not to mention being assaulted, and like, sure, she kicks ass, but like, she kicks ass through the fact that she has to, or else she isn't making it out of here alive. So, I don't know about it being a feminist tale, but it was an enjoyable movie that I think a lot of people would like. Number 3 on this list is Cam. This was another Netflix movie. This was about a girl who is a cam performer who all of a sudden has kind of a body double who's like taking over her account and taking over her life and getting all of her money, and she can't figure out like how to stop her. First of all, the girl who stars in this I found just did a really good job. She was such a likable character. I immediately like just wanted to root for her. This was definitely a unique movie. I love that it made like camming seem so enjoyable and not like this dirty thing that so many people want to put it off as. I loved like the message of the movie, and I really just enjoyed the movie overall. It definitely wasn't the scariest thing out there by any means, but it was a good little indie movie. Number 2 was The Perfection. I loved this. I wasn't sure what to know, or I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it going into it because so many people said it was so weird, but it was so good. Once again, I don't understand how Netflix can make The Perfection and Cam and then also make Wounds because... But The Perfection stars Allison Williams, and she stars as this older cello? I don't know what the fuck they play. Violin? No, that's not violin. Cello? I don't know. She's a musical prodigy, but then she had to leave this teacher that she was with and this conservatory or whatever that she was with to go take care of her dying mother. After her mom passes away, she decides to call up her teacher and go visit and see this huge performance that's going on. And anyway, she ends up hooking up with the new prodigy of this conservatory, and things kind of happen from there. This movie was so good. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, and it definitely wasn't anything like I was expecting. It was actually a lot less crazy than I was expecting, I think. It does things in a very weird way, plays around with time in a way that I don't know was truly necessary. I feel like maybe this movie could have been told just straightforward and I would have enjoyed that too. But who cares? I just loved the whole damn thing. I will say it involves like a cult kind of, and that I wish people had mentioned that because I would have watched it a million times sooner. Once again, I love a revenge tale, and I love a tale about women taking back power that men have taken from them, so. And my number 1 favorite horror movie that we watched on Halloween was Hush. This movie is about a deaf female writer who all of a sudden just has an intruder coming for her house and coming for her. I love home invasion movies. I watch kind of a lot of them and I usually enjoy them. But I enjoyed this one even more. I loved the villain played by John Gallagher Jr. I've seen him in other things like The Newsroom, and this was just the complete opposite of the character I usually see him play, and he was so freaking good as the villain. And I loved just how much he like reveled in this and enjoyed the like brutality and like the mind games, because that's what came through so much more in this character, was that like it wasn't just about the violence, it was about the fucking with her mind. So that was really, really fun. I also really enjoyed her character and her resourcefulness, and I just felt like this was such an edge of your seat, like go, go, go sort of thing, and I just was like surprised by how much I enjoyed it, because I've heard so much about it that I didn't think like it could live up to the hype, but it totally did for me. It was definitely a twist on an old story, and I respect the hell out of that. So those were the movies we watched on Halloween. I'd love to hear what everyone else watched and what they thought of them, and I hope you'll come back again soon.